Hello, and welcome to the Mega Million podcast. We are talking about one of the probably most important topics that is not highlighted enough on earth. What is that? That is self-love. And you're probably thinking, yeah, self-love, I love myself, we should always love ourselves, blah, 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 blah. No, we are talking about self-love in a way that no one else has had before. Let's start with self-love. What does that even mean? Source's definition of self-love is the ability to prioritize yourself no matter what. That is the ultimate form of unconditional love that you could give yourself, is to prioritize yourself over anyone or anything else. Fuck the golden rule. Fuck the Catholic school golden rule. I feel like that is very much a Catholic school thing. I've mentioned that maybe in my first podcast. Is this rule that you should treat others how you want to be treated. False. Treat you how you want others to treat you. It's not saying that you can't go out and treat others well too, but do you get what I'm saying? If you want someone to treat you better, they are just reflecting how you are being towards yourself. I'm going to briefly touch on reflections. At all moments, you are radiating anything you hold to be true via your electromagnetic field. There are scientific instruments that measure the energy that we radiate. Think of an ECG that measures your heart's impulses, that measures your heart's waves. Waves are energy. Think of an MRI that measures the light and dark content in your body. Everything is made up of light. Your electromagnetic field is made up of light. An MRI is literally just detecting emotional imbalances in the form of dark content. Last one for shits and gigs, a magnetometer measures that your heart's waves, again, your waves are energy, can be detected up to 3 feet around your body in all different directions. And if you just want a simple answer as to how people pick up your thoughts, actions, and beliefs in your electromagnetic field, in your creator field, is what you'll hear in the spiritual world. At all moments, you can pick up someone's vibe. It's why someone walks into the room and why you know if you'll like them or not. It's how when you walk into a place, you're like, this is giving me a bad feeling. You are picking up the vibe. You are picking up the electromagnetic field that things are radiating. That is true for self-love. If you are not prioritizing yourself, you make it insanely difficult for other people to prioritize you. If other people are prioritizing you despite having low self-love, that is a soul lesson. You'll see a lot of people who get the fame, money, boyfriends, families, quote unquote, easily, but that is just a soul lesson for them. You don't want to create like that. That's not sustainable. They're going to have the money and be thinking, what the F? Why do I feel like shit still when I have $5 million? I always use Elon Musk. I have no shade towards Elon Musk, but I always use him because it's someone everyone knows and he's a billionaire. He literally never prioritizes himself. He's constant grind, go, go, go. It's why he loses money. Money doesn't prioritize him because he is not showing himself self-love in some area or areas of his life. Yes, he's a billionaire. Yes, he loses billions of dollars. So why the fuck should you care about this, right? Because you will not have a most fulfilling life if you do not address this. If you do not balance this, is maybe the better way to say that. We have many facets and areas of our life. Think about it. You have your family, you have money, your job, what you like to do for fun, what you like to do when you're lazy. And our goal, and with intuition, you can see, okay, what area of life am I neglecting that I could prioritize myself a little bit more in? And that's the goal. It's not to feel like you're pushing all of these buttons at once, trying to give you self-love in 100 different areas of life. It's asking yourself, okay, what would true nature me? Just look inward. What would I like to do and prioritize myself a little bit more with? So some examples of self-love. For me, it is a big thing. It is actually an intuitive pull for me to get weekly massages. That is literally prioritizing my physical form in one of the highest ways possible. How do I know that? With intuition, I could test percentages. Massages are 98% plus beneficial for me to get on a weekly basis to show myself self-love and to actually enjoy when I'm getting them, not just as a checking the box, something I'm doing. Why do I say that? Because you might resonate with that, getting the massage, getting your hair done, getting your nails done, and you're thinking, I could be doing this, I could be doing that. No, in the moment, being completely zen and saying, no, this is the best thing I could be doing for myself right now. I'm turning the brain off, I'm prioritizing me. This is wildly beneficial for my physical form, and leaving it at that. Another way to start showing yourself self-love. Are you prioritizing yourself in conversations? Are you letting someone gab your ear off when you could not give an F of what they're actually talking about? Guys, if I could tell you how many times I've done that in my life, of just sitting there and feeling hopeless and helpless and thinking, when the F is this person going to shut up? Time out, hold the brakes. That is a you problem. Yes, that person gabbing your ear off is a you problem. You are not prioritizing yourself, and this person is not prioritizing your time. This person is not prioritizing your happiness. Catch my drift? And you may be thinking, oh, I do those things. I get the massage and I actually enjoy it. No, I come to the conversation and I dominate it. I always talk about what I want to talk about. Okay? Can you with 100% confidence say you prioritize yourself in every single thing you are doing? And if you are in denial that you do not have a self-love imbalance, yes, I hate to break it to you, that is your ego. I've lived there. I've been there. I'm thinking that can't possibly be me. The sooner you kill that part of your ego, the better. Not throwing shade at the ego. We love our ego. It just wants to protect us. Literally, your ego just wants to keep you safe. Your ego has a set of knowings, and it likes it when you feel riled up or even in fight or flight a little bit because it knows you're alive. It knows you're safe. When you're calm, it sounds counterintuitive. I get it. When you're calm, your ego is almost like, we don't like that. Does this chick have a pulse? And your ego is almost like conjuring something up in your mind of what can we bring to the surface? Get these emotions riled up a little bit. No, guys, literally your ego will sound like a confident knowing. I just had this epiphany a few weeks ago where my ego, where I thought it was my intuition because it sounded like this confident knowing, was literally hijacking my intuition. It was telling me, no, you shifted this emotional imbalance already. There's no way this is still living in your creator field. There's no way this is still living in your subconscious. I'm like, yeah, you're right. There's no way. I've done so much work around this. And guys, there are layers to everything, which brings me to another example of what self-love is. Self-love is you prioritizing, shifting, and addressing any emotional imbalances. This actually came up in a TikTok live of mine today. Someone brought up that they have a lot of anxiety. And I want to stop you right there. You do not have anxiety. You are experiencing anxiety. Think of yourself as like an observer of your brain and your body, because truly that's what you're doing. You're not owning and holding on to this anxiety like it's your own. Your anxiety is not your birthright. Your ability to overcome anxiety is your birthright. And if you're just walking around day in and day out, I'm anxious, I'm just an anxious person, that's zero self-love. That's negative self-love. You are experiencing any obstacle in your life because it is a part of your soul purpose to overcome, to help others do the same thing. Others could be the people you work with, your kids, your family, your friends, on a grander level in your soul pool business. There is a reason why you are experiencing anything, and you just shoving it down and not addressing it and just claiming it as your own, like with the anxiety. Oh yeah, I'm just anxious. And talking about it so casually, nothing pisses me off more than people just talk about it so casually. Oh yeah, I'm just on these antidepressant drugs. Like, fuck that. Do you want to be on the antidepressant drugs? Is that actually making you feel better? Do you feel like yourself when you're on this medicine? I'm not throwing shade at anyone who is on this medicine, but my point being, stop acting like it's just okay. Stop acting like it's just okay to take the meds, to take the substances, to take anything to feel better. That is not self-love. And actually, I will broaden that. Stop using any external thing to make you feel better. That will not work. From a chick who has tried to do that, that will not work. My life got significantly worse. And what was the external thing I was trying to make me feel better with? Well, a lot of things. One primarily being Botox. I got Botox for about a year. Consistently for about a year. Consistently being, what's the recommended? Maybe every 3 months. And I thought, oh look, no wrinkles. Now people will like me. Now people will take me seriously. Now I'll go on dates. Now I'll become an influencer. Now I'll do the blah, 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 blah. No, none of that happened. Me getting Botox was me trying to use an external thing, aka Botox, to solve an internal wound, an internal emotional balance for not feeling special and good enough. And I thought, wow, if I like the way my face looks, my face is beautiful. But wow, if I get Botox, I'll like my face more. And then people will like me, or whatever. Whatever the narrative, insert your own narrative, whatever that is. If anything, I felt worse about myself. The pressure in my chest built up. The pain in my jaw worsened. People were treating me shitty. No one was taking me seriously. And that is because the universe, my higher self, was literally throwing it in my face. This will not solve your problems. I've done that with alcohol, buying clothes, taking the vacations. The external things will not solve any internal emotional wound. Will not solve any limiting belief. And if you're thinking you don't have any limiting beliefs, I can guarantee that's false. Why do I say I can guarantee that's false? We come back on earth to experience these things. We come back on earth to experience these emotional imbalances. It's how we grow. And let me tell you, period, end of story, that me getting Botox was not self-love. That shit is not self-care. Me going out and excessively partying is not self-love either. I was using that to solve an internal limiting belief That I don't feel like I'm in control? Oh yeah, when you drink alcohol, when you take a substance, it's funny how you have this. That's why they call it liquid confidence. When you're confident, do you not feel like you're in control of things? Fuck yeah. And guys, let me backtrack here for a second. Why is me getting the Botox, me excessively partying, and I say excessively, I'm meaning multiple nights, multiple weekends in a row. I'm not throwing shit at partying, drinking, XYZ. My point being is when you are using external things to solve internal ish, that is not self-love. Is that prioritizing yourself? Using an external thing as a band-aid to cover up how you truly feel, to cover up what beliefs are actually still living in your subconscious. Because guys, you can Google this. 95% of your thoughts, actions, beliefs, impulses, reactions, patterns live in your subconscious. There is shit deep down that you don't even know is there, that you are still radiating. Your subconscious is still your thoughts, so you're still radiating that in your electromagnetic field that you don't even know about. With intuition, you can pinpoint these exact emotional imbalances and begin shifting them, begin taking the tools you channel, the action steps to take to grow and not claim them as your own. But guys, the first step is even just acknowledgement. You are responsible for your own life. You are responsible for the things that are happening to you because you are creating it. That alone is self-love. Acknowledging that and knowing that and embodying that is the ultimate form of self-love that you can give to yourself. You are prioritizing you in that moment where you say and you own up, I create my life. Because guys, it is the truth. Before you come down to earth, we are energetic beings that live multiple lives. We are basically energetic beings in physical form. Before you come down, you essentially sign up to take on these emotional imbalances, these limiting beliefs. It's a huge part of your soul pool. It's a huge part of how you'll help others. It's the opposite of woe is me. I'm not saying it's easy, trust me. Sometimes it fucking sucks, but the quicker you remove the victim mindset, the more you can accelerate your progress, the more you can accelerate your manifestations, your desires. And if you are still thinking, no, this is not a me problem, let me show another way how this is applicable to your life. Before I record any podcast, before I post a TikTok video or Instagram reel, I look in and see what the collective needs to hear the most right now. I was getting 99% of the world needs to hear this information right now. Guys, before I got into this work being intuition, addressing emotional imbalances, my self-love was at a 2%. That's fucking insane. My ability to prioritize myself over anything was at a 2%. I was the definition of using external things to make me feel better. What I thought would make me feel better, I should say. None of it did. You having a deadbeat boyfriend will make you feel better. That's not, let me ask you this. Is that self-love? Staying with someone, despite you knowing, yeah, this person isn't the end-all be-all, but I'm getting attention, it's better than being alone, it's better than blah, 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 whatever narrative society essentially plays. Is that self-love staying with that person? No. Is it self-love staying with someone out of fear? No. Is it self-love doing what your family and friends expect you to do? Because they have peg-holed you into this box of what expectations they have already set on you, that they set on you from the time you were 5 years old, that they've taken on from the external world itself and put onto you. Is it self-love to cave into that? Fuck no. And guys, believe it or not, that's what I was doing. On top of the already mentioned things like the Botox, the alcohol, the clothes, the vacations, staying with people and listening to people who literally have no fucking business inserting their opinion into my life. And I was just letting it happen. We are very influential people. 97% of our thoughts, actions, and beliefs are not even our own. They are external contagions that we take on. I say this all the time, but it's why influencing is a multi-million-dollar career. It's why when you hear that same jingle in a commercial on TikTok or whatever, it's why it becomes so embedded in your brain. We are very influenced. And not acknowledging that is literally the worst thing you could do for self-love. Now guys, let me go even bigger picture and tell you what happens if you do not address this. If you do not address any areas that are lacking self-love. Because I'm not saying all areas of your life are lacking self-love. I'm saying I'm sure there are at least 5. Intuitively, I'm hearing there are at least 5 areas of life right now that everyone can begin addressing and prioritizing themselves in. Because what happens if you don't is that you can guarantee that anything you desire the most will not come to you, will not be attracted to you, will not flow to you until you acknowledge and begin embodying and begin working on this. Do you want financial abundance? Okay, yes, duh, who doesn't? Would you agree or disagree that in order for money to flow to you in mass quantities, That would be money prioritizing you. That would be money putting you first over any other company, entrepreneur, employee. Yes, so if you are not prioritizing yourself, you're not showing yourself self-love, you can kiss your financial abundance that is your birthright to receive goodbye. Yes, everyone is contracted to earn money in life. And if you are not receiving that, that is a you problem. Do you want your man to plan date nights? That would be prioritizing you. Do you want your man to text you first thing in the morning? Definitely prioritizing you. Not fucking answering anyone back. Not only am I not answering anyone back, I'm not initiating the text. Do you want your man to buy you the fat ring? That would be prioritizing you. How can you do that if you're not prioritizing you? Let me ask you this. How often do you notice that when you are doing things you love, taking time out of your day to focus on you, and just overall living in a flow, happy, energetic state? And energetic not being hyper, but just the vibe is high, you know? And tell me, in those moments, how often do you notice good things just start to happen to you? All the time. Perfect example of this is my puppy, Sophia. She's very reflective of me. She will show me any ounce of self-love that is lacking, that needs to be addressed, like this. A big area of self-love for me is that I have not been enjoying the moment and is being happy and playful with various things in my life. And when I am so spirally in my head, go, antsy, she will literally go apeshit. She'll pull on her leash. She'll jump on me. She'll nip at me. She'll bark. She's literally throwing it in my face. Take a moment. Prioritize you. Take a breath. Stop what you're doing. Guys, because that's even what self-love is. Just take a break. You are attracting nothing when you are go. Universal law. Being in your feminine allows you to receive. I want to receive. That's for sure prioritizing me. I want to receive shit. I want to receive it all. So even in that moment of not creating an inner peace, that's not prioritizing me. That's me being needy over, I gotta do this agenda item, this task, gotta finish this checklist. And it's like, no. None of those things matter. What matters most of all is how you feel internally right now. Is getting your nervous system in check, cooling your shit, get your mind, brain, emotions, physiological state in check, in unison, in coherence, because that is the ultimate version of self-love. That is unconditional love for yourself when you are stopping everything, when you are dropping the ball, not dropping the ball, when you're dropping everything you think you should be doing at hand and focusing on you. And guys, tell me, are you a better parent, friend, family member when you are running on empty or when you have filled up your cup? You are the best version of you when you do something that makes you feel good first. And guys, it doesn't even have to be something elaborate. It can even be 4 minutes in the morning. You take time out of your day. Maybe you do some breath work. Maybe you do an LED mask. Maybe you dry brush. Maybe you stretch. Even little things like that put into your energetic field. Despite everything else going on, I prioritize me no matter what. Huge. If you want others to treat you the same way. If you are a business, if you are an entrepreneur, do you want people to drop everything they're doing and be like, I need to work with her ASAP? I need to go buy this from him stat? Yes. And that is what self-love is. I am filling up my cup first so that I can be the best version of myself to you. Literally, it's why the airlines tell you to put on your oxygen mask before you put on anyone else's, because you are not helping Johnny over here. I feel like I've mentioned Johnny before in another podcast. Don't know who Johnny is. You cannot help and save Johnny if you are unconscious and not breathing. Fact. And guys, what's cool about intuition is that you can channel the exact areas of your life that would like a little bit more self-love. And not only can you channel the exact areas of life that need more attention, you can channel the exact things to do to reach your max potential. Guys, even down to the exact minute of how long you should do things. Should you get the 60-minute massage or the 90-minute? Oh no, you just need to spend 3 minutes in the grass. That's all you need to do. Self-love. 3 minutes, barefoot in the grass, perfect for increasing your self-love. And yes, consciously, you can think of some of these things. But again, 95% of your thoughts, actions, beliefs, patterns, impulses, reactions live in your subconscious. Can you do things to help make them appear or help make them conscious? Sure. With intuition, I just look in. I'm not taking every single wrong way before I just get to the right way. I'm using intuition to just get to the right way. I'm using intuition to help me address the areas that I'm literally not even paying attention to. Even with paying yourself, guys, we think we have the retirement accounts, this account, this. No, there are literally specific strategic ways that with intuition you could channel, I'm gonna put money here, I'm gonna pay myself this much, and that is the exact amount, and that is enough to fill my self-love cup. And key word in that being the areas I'm not paying attention to. We often, myself included, focus on areas of life we pay most attention to and thinking, no, that's what I need more self-love in. That's what I need more self-care in. For me, physical. I love, again, the massages, getting my hair done, getting my nails done, getting facials. That's very easy for me to say, okay, self-love in that department, check. Now I don't need to do self-love in anything else. I filled out my cup. Now everything's gonna flow to me so effortlessly. No. It is oftentimes the areas of life that you do not want to address are the ones that you need to address the most in order to give you your greatest life change, to allow you to hit your max potential, to allow you to level up. I know it's annoying, but it's often the things you're not thinking about or that you've been pushing behind you, that you've been pushing down, that need to come up and be addressed in order to increase your self-love levels. An example of this in my own life is journaling my fears. Guys, when I do this, I'm literally like, you're fucking kidding me. I have 8 fears regarding this, and I have to give 3 examples of each of how this is the best thing ever or whatever I pull for myself that day. And guys, after I do that, it sounds like such a pain in the ass up front. Afterwards, I feel so much better about myself. And that's self-love. You addressing that fear is self-love. Because if you don't address that fear is living in your energetic field. And as long as anything is living in your energetic field, you will keep creating situations, people, circumstances, whatever, that amplify that feeling. So that can be positive too. If you have this unbelievable amount of self-love, that's what you'll get in return. But if you have a fear of planes, let's say, and you don't address it, no guys, literally, I have this fear from social media of sitting in the window seat. It's not even like a huge fear anymore, but I don't want to instill this on anyone else, but I do like the aisle seat. I do prefer the aisle seat. Guys, if I don't address that, I'm just going to keep creating experiences that amplify that fear. I'm going to keep creating TikTok videos to amplify that fear. And guys, I've done a lot of work on this. If anything, when I look at it intuitively, it's a 17% fear for me right now, because it's not even that I'm actually fearful of the window seat in the plane. With intuition, you can look deeper and deeper and deeper and think, okay, what is the actual root cause of this fear? And that's where understanding universal laws, reflections, how you create your reality is wildly beneficial. I can nearly guarantee you're not scared of the plane. There's something underlying that needs to be addressed that's manifesting as fear of the plane, but it's something else. And you figuring that out, or you getting help from someone to figure that out, is self-love. To recap, what is self-love? The ability to prioritize yourself no matter what. Intuition helps with that because it gets to the exact energetic root cause as to what's going on in any area of your life in the self-love department so that you can increase that self-love in that area so you can begin attracting the things you desire the most. This is not talked about enough in manifestation. Things need to prioritize you in order to flow to you. And that starts with you. That starts with prioritizing you. And that is it for me today. If you are a new client, and if any of this resonated with you, or you're like, how do I address self-love the most? I am offering 15-minute complimentary readings right now. I'm going to link it below. Let me know your thoughts on this podcast. I love hearing from you, and I'll see you next week.